I pull up, stepped in with my hood up. I'm the guy your girl looked up, and my schedule is all booked up. And I came through with the good stuff, good loud from a good plug. Flown in with the big bucks, take no L's, just big dubs. I pull up, stepped in with my hood up.
Yo, my name's Kwazi from Bristol. Baggies Brandy EP just dropped, and this is the rundown.
Big bucks, take no L's, just big dubs.
Bro, it's mad. My introduction to music was like everything. Like, my dad listens to pretty much every style you could think of, like African music, Asian music, and he's a white man from England, but he's just like, he actually grew up flying around a bit with his family and stuff, and he just, listened to bare different styles, became a DJ, and did like events in the community, basically, fundraising events as a DJ. That got me into some music. My big brother been rapping since I was younger, and I mean, he's definitely the main thing that got me into rap at first, just like listening to my big brother and kind of rapping with him at later stages. But in general, I think I was just always around a lot of music. As he was never for the vibes for me, bro. I'm a big dreamer like that. I've always been all in from the start. I've always liked music, and I've always, to be honest, I was like a stereotypical youth. I was just there trying to do basketball and rap. Like, that was me. And basketball fell through, rap's the way. That's kind of how it went. But at the same time, I wanted to do both. It wasn't like I was gonna do basketball and not do rap. I always wanted to do rap from the start. So if I was doing basketball, I'd still be a rapper on the side. Lakers. And I think I got to an age where people were really like, yo, you have to pick something that you can be serious about. And they didn't understand that this is what I was serious about, you know what I mean? It's got to be around like secondary school times when people are starting to think about, well, I mean, it's happened a lot of times throughout the years, definitely at the start of secondary school, but then also like at GCSEs when everyone's picking. And you're like, okay, yeah, but you have to think about what's going to get you a good job. And I'm like, yeah, but rapping's a job. Like, that's what I'm doing. I've been doing it for the longest. I feel like I'm colder than anyone about in this city, at least. I've always had the confidence for it. I've always felt like it was possible. The city doesn't necessarily provide all the opportunities, but whenever they come up, I'm there for them, and I grab them. Bristol has a scene, but doesn't have an industry, really, in a way. You know what I'm saying? When you go to these other cities and you know there's set labels and set groups that are really putting on for rap and hip-hop in that area, you know what I'm saying? Where we don't really have that as much. Like, we know Born to Be is obviously a label, but it's kind of like a start-up label. They're still new to this. That's my point. They're one of the only ones even around doing that sort of stuff. Whereas we need some that really have the right funding, have the right backing, and that's how the city's going to pierce through. I mean, that's normally how it pierces through. If not, we're all going to have to do it as independent artists, and that's like where it's heading right now. But I know a lot of artists in Bristol, so I wouldn't say it's actually lacking in rappers in that sense. I just think the scene's not connected. This is what I realise as well, because all the time I've been in Bristol, I know so many rappers around these ends, around like, obviously we're in St. Paul's now, around St. Paul's and around East and around Central Briss even, that's what I'd call Central Briss. And then there's rappers from completely different sides of Briss that don't know about them and we don't know about, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and Bristol's not that big, but there's still like those, that divide.
Distance, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's distance, but there's a community. That's what I'm saying, like in a weird way, because I obviously know the rappers around here, but I don't know the rappers around there, and they don't necessarily know. And I've connected with some of them, like Baxy's a good example, because he's from Bedminster. He's a grime artist, and even Pratty from like Shirehampton, but he like that's still kind of Bristol. Yeah, he's like we've linked up with people outside of the main centre, but it's still not linked as a scene, you know what I mean? Yeah, I had a really good reception in general. The IGTV was actually really good reception, yeah, in the first place, because I did a bunch of FX. That's when I was starting getting into editing as well, because I do a bunch of editing, so that was on like After Effects and Premiere. Yeah, I edit a lot of my own. So that one's one I edited, Shinobi Part 2, and then that one was CMHD who edited that one. But yeah, a lot of my music videos I edit, probably most of the time. Cam Kings, of course, yeah, that's the business that I run with me and Matt on the cam. That's my photographer, videographer always, and obviously my brother who I've been working with for years now. So yeah, we got something building as well, and we always work together on music videos, even for other artists as well.
How long has it been a thing? Or how did you come about?
So I have to hand it over to my good friend Bleeeks, the one who introduced me to TAE in the first place.
That's a mad, complicated story. So basically, years back, I would say like, this was like 2017, around there. And he's there like, yo, we say we got a little house party up in Transom and so forth. We go there, we have someone by the name of Indigo from 9 downstairs. My man just stops and he's there like, yo fam, like, do any of you man spit bars? Omar must have been like...
I don't know it. See, I don't even know the story.
Yeah.
That's the man's part.
Omar must have been like, fam, at the time I was called Too Black. So he's like, Too Black can spit bars. I must have just spat him like a 16. Next thing you know, Indigo's like, yo, I fuck with you, come up to my room, let's write some bars, let's spit some bars, let's record, innit? Alright, boom, that happened. That's when Sing Your Angels came out.
Okay.
Yeah, so after that, like let's say like a year down the line, so we have a friend called Ken, and he ended up just inviting all of us over. RXY was the only artist there, innit? So yeah, we just came through, Indigo, King Kai, Ukayu, and me, and yeah, we just made some tracks, and RXY was just vibing as well. RXY was fucking with us. Eventually all of them were just like, yo bro, we're fucking with these man, you know? Like literally, it was weird as hell. And then eventually we all just started fucking around with each other. And then slowly by slowly, people were just assembling. Jassy came through, then Kwazi, and yeah, then Keish obviously, and who else, man? Fucking hell. Just everyone just started congregating and just going into one household and just chilling and enjoying each other's environment, energy, and just anything that's going on. You know, obviously there's a lot of, you know, piffing up and shit like that. But yeah,
Baggies and Brandy, bro, it happens, that's what I'm saying.
But yeah, that's kind of how we just came about, and we've been riding since like what, 2018?
Wrong, bro.
18, 19?
We haven't dropped a collective mixtape yet.
Yeah, definitely.
100%. We've already
it's
got
always been in the talks, you know what I'm saying? It's just
so
like...
I'm trying to like push it forwards, basically, and like make it happen sooner, because we've already got a producer, but like one of Matt and the Cam's friends who's introduced to me, obviously, so my mate as well now, and we're just trying to get everyone together, because it's a big group. It's hard getting everyone on one page sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
Very much, yeah.
But it's definitely in the plans.
But yeah, got something called Life Coming Up, Living in Fear, or Freedom, or whatever the hell you want to say. But it's in whatever type of reality you live in, innit? And like, and how you want to see reality. Because like, yeah, man, I've seen a lot of mad shit. I've been through mad shit, so you know, I kind of call it fear and freedom at the same time, you know? But yeah, that's coming out like probably December times.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
But I got a couple, you know, there's still gonna be a little intervals, you know? But yeah.
You're breaking away from the label soon. How long have you been with them?
I've been with them for 2 years now. So it was meant to be a 1-year contract, and then we extended it after the first year, because I felt like we didn't really get enough done in the first year, and also at the end of the first year, we got a booking for Love Saves the Day. So we were like, we got that booking, you know what I'm saying? We want to perform, but the label's name was on the booking as well. So we're like, we have to run it for another year as well. If you're starting off now and the label gives you a good deal, and I think the main thing is just like the length of time. So, because it was a 1 year for me, I was like, it's not that big of a deal. Even if it doesn't work out to be what I want it to be, it would be 1 year and then it's fine. In the end, I got a lot from it. So I'm happy with what I did here, and I'm glad it wasn't too long, because I feel like now, 2 years, I'm past it, and I want to go on to something else. So I think like, as a starting artist, you don't want to get some long deal that you're tied into. That's the main thing I'd say.
What are you most excited about becoming independent?
Dropping merch and doing more shows, definitely. So more shows around Bristol. You're going to be seeing me a lot more around Bristol, and you're going to be seeing some Baggies and Brandy merch as well. I had bookings at like Anime Con Bristol, Anime Con Cardiff, and I'm going to be touring with them a bit. So
How was that?
it was good. It's sick every time, to be honest. It's like, it's a good seminar. They always have people there like stacked up.
How
So
haven't really got into anime yet, but
yeah.
if there was one or two that you'd want to start off with, what would it be? You don't say One Piece.
That would be torture. I can't. It's so good, yeah, but at the same time, it's too long if you're starting off because you'll just kind of be against yourself looking at how many episodes and feeling like you can't finish it. But it's the best one, I'll tell you that. Yeah, if you're actually starting off, I'd say One Punch Man's jokes, Mob Psycho is sick, and Demon Slayer is good as well. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. Anime Sunday is going on as we speak. I literally linked up with the boys at the dojo and was like, you man, just bake off, play games. I'm going to go do an interview and then I'm coming back to watch the One Piece. And that's obviously Matt's part of that as well, so he's come true as well. I didn't even choose to just rap, to be honest. I chose to make music before I rapped. Like, I used to just like sing and rap and do whatever as a youth, but it was never written down. It was never anything. It was never a song. You know what I'm saying? I just like to make up random shit. And then it got to a point, I remember still, my cousin and my brother, we were all on like a family getaway basically, because I have a big family. So we were in France with like a house that we had all split to rent out for this family event. I think my parents' like 20th anniversary or something. And they were rap battling basically, my cousin and my brother, and then I was just writing little bars in the background and no one knew. And the next day I showed it to them and they were like, oh yeah, it's kind of sick. So I just kept writing them and I started spitting them to people at my school and they were like, oh yeah, this is hard still. So I just kept writing from there and then like never dropped it, literally. Got to like drop my first SoundCloud track when I was like 16, 22, becoming 23 on the date, well, 23. Yeah, 100%. So I became 23 on 27th of Feb when the EP dropped. And last year I did a drop on my birthday, and the year before that I did a drop on my birthday. So it's a pattern now, isn't it?
This episode will be dropping around the time of International Women's Day. Are there any women in your life you want to shout out, or any inspirational females in the music scene?
Shout out to my mother first and foremost, of course, because she is the inspirational woman in my life, first and foremost. And Lucy as well, my girl, because she's very inspirational too. Yeah, and I guess inspirational women in the scene. People need to tune into the Bristol scene more. I will shout some Bristol female artists as well, because there's Sizel, who's a cold singer, Romany's a cold singer, Rochelle, Roshi Romero, a rapper that everyone needs to check out as well, and MOE is another cold rapper from Bristol as well. I think the female rap scene in Bristol is hard as well, but it's another thing as like opportunities and getting them to actually perform. People don't necessarily know about it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'll show you some stuff, definitely. How have I never thought of this before, bro? Special move.
Wow, been ready for this one.
I already know it would be something like that just instantly gets everybody baked. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't, because like when people are too baked, they're not an offensive threat. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't actually have to hurt them or anything. I just get them instantly baked. They'd be like, yo, slumped straight. I win any fight. I barely even need to fight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, Bleeeks actually doesn't have an imagination. This is what people don't know. This is why I've been trying to get him into anime. Like the only cartoon he likes with imagination is Avatar. So he's not gonna. Yeah, Space Jam,
you know what I'm saying?
It's because it's basketball. So the freestyle I dropped at the, I want to say start of Feb, Orange freestyle, that was what originally made me make an EP called Baggies Brandy. I was writing bars and pretty much freestyling, like just going through, and then it rhymed. The next EP is called Baggies Brandy. Soon I'll be branded. Shit's taken off and the clothing has landed. So that's how it went. And then like made it a year ago, dropped a bunch of singles before it in the end just because it wasn't exactly where I wanted it to be, and it took a while to get it exactly where I wanted. But I mean, me and Bleeeks have been working on it for ages. He obviously mixed and mastered it as well. I mean, we mastered it together. He mixed it all apart from one track that was done by AC. And I think like we finally got to where we want it to be. The fact that it took over a year and like everyone's still learning new shit, but we're still learning new shit by mixing as well, that now we can hear the difference and like hear how much crisper it is than what it would have been if I had originally released it. So I'm glad I took long on it. Yeah, Bleeeks is in the studio when I'm recording pretty much anything though. He's like recording engineer as well.
Yeah.
So like obviously I can record by myself as well, and I do that sometimes, but more time Bleeeks will come back for the thing and be like, record it this way or whatever. And then we'll be there for the mix together, or he'll go in his zone and just go mix at his. But yeah, it's definitely a mixed process. I feel like recently he's had a lot of more input like in the music I make probably. I always experiment, yeah. I think for me it's not like, I never want to be that artist that's just like, yo, this guy makes this. And that's why I don't even necessarily like this thing now where everything's becoming a genre. It's almost like, yeah, it's almost like every new sound there is, they're like, oh, this is a genre, and then everyone copies that. But it's like, no, that's still, it's a sub-genre, yeah, but it's still like just the same thing really. It's just someone doing it differently. A lot of these things have already been done ages ago, but no one called them a genre. Shit, I might do spoken word. Like I'm open to all types of music, and like I said, I grew up off influence of all type of music. So as much as I'm a rapper and an artist, like I'm open to all styles of rap, and I'm open to. I feel like one of the things I was most gassed about as a young rapper, especially, is that I felt like I could rap on anything. So even if someone had given me like a random guitar riff or even like a classical piano piece, I could start spitting some bars over it. So I don't want to limit myself to anything because of that. I feel like it sounds cold when I hear influence from other bits and mix it.
Shit, what are my plans? My plans for the future, and like a sense of like, what am I? Ooh. Well, like I kind of briefly explained before, new album coming out, 8-track tape, live. And like I said, just got a couple of singles I want to release. You know, I've been, for like the last 2 years, I'll say I've just been kind of laying low, kind of studying what I'm doing. I've been producing more. So like, I'm just working on beats and just, you know, I'm tired of looking at beats on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired as fuck, fam. So, yeah, I've been producing a lot. And like, I feel like this year, you'll hear a lot of just kind of who I am, you know, like my kind of sound, my feel, music, and just, yeah, you know, I don't want to do paid music or anything. It's just gonna be vibes. But the album life will be a bit of paid music. But that's from like last year, so you know. But it's gonna be a vibe, bro. So yeah.
The future, I mean, in the recent future, I'm gonna be doing a little giveaway. I think 420 is gonna be big. I've already got a few tracks, obviously, to film videos for, so I still have yet to decide which one yet, but I'm definitely going to be shooting a music video on 420 as well, while all the stoners are out. At the same time, I'll be doing giveaways. I'll be handing out, you know, little bits of stoner merch for people who are out and about smoking. So definitely look out for me on 420. I think Baggies Brandy kind of lets people know that. And then later on in the year, there's a lot more features coming out. There is something I want to announce as well with Soul Force Music, which is a group of American artists that I make music with. That's where a lot of the anime rap comes into it. I'm going to be dropping some stuff with them as well. So yeah, expect just a bunch of different stuff. I think my audience is very split in different places, so I'm going to be giving people what they want regardless. That's why I have such a different mix of styles as well. Yes, so there's a giveaway going on now still. Thing is, I did one for the pre-save before, where I dropped a bunch like a couple weeks back, maybe 3 weeks back. And now that it's dropped, I've just posted a bunch more around Bristol. So everyone who wants to enter that, basically look out for a QR code that has a little Baggies Brandy logo on it. Damn, I think it's in my other, I think Matt might be able to grab me one. But right here. If you can see that, I don't know where the focus is at, but Baggies Brandy. It's got the little logo in the middle, so you know, you'll recognize it. When you get it, you scan it. The EP will come up. I can change it, so at some point you might scan it and get a new video. You never know. But if you take a photo on your story, tag me in it, then you automatically get a prize. It's not like a thing of, you know, one person might get a prize. Everyone gets a prize when they do it. There's bad prizes going out, so make sure you win one. I've been Kwazi.
And I'm Bleeeks.
You already know. TAEMOC. This has been the rundown. Thank you very much. Check out Baggies and Brandy EP out now.
Run that down, won't pass that to you. I smoke elementals, I got the essentials. I got more roars, the lines in the zoo. Zoo, so bad you bang turn me down a little bit. Look, she been on my line, man. She just wants me inside. I just wanna grip thighs, dripping down her face. Got her waist on a riptide. I just wanna hit right, that's what it gets like. Says she wants me ripping up the kitty, how I rip Mike. Wants me inside, I just wanna